how do your people relate to you? I mean, there must be several levels of your organization because you've grown large now. At each level, how do they look at Mr. Ramesh Swami? What is their description in their minds?
Okay. So I don't know the answer totally, but how I would love them to look at me.
Okay, that's a good one.
Is something that here's a guy who is an ordinary person like any one of us, who is so passionate about this country, who feels that the youth of this country is the future. If the future has to be good, the youth must have value systems and good, attitude. So this attitude comes from life skills. Then there is about learning part of it, which is a continuous learning aspect of it. But two things which are very, very critical in life, is your attitude and your value systems. I feel that if these two are in place, it will take you a long way in future. So I would love them to look at it as this man with passion who wants to help the youth, who's empathetic about the youth, who's on a mission which is to help this country and the youth.
How accessible are you to everybody in your organization?
So I can tell you one thing without winking my eye for a second is they can call me at 2:00 night and I will pick up the call and say what is the problem and not ask them, couldn't it wait for another 5 hours? I would not do that.
No, so, not just the staff, but even the new recruits or whatever, right across the level, anybody can call you.
Across the level, anyone, including the youth. My numbers are available everywhere.
Okay.
In the website, in the centers, everywhere. And they are allowed to talk to me anytime. I am extremely accessible as a person.
So you're saying you'll walk the talk all the time?
That is one of our core values, frankly speaking. If you take the core values of Unnati, 4 values are there. Authenticity, where we say that we will...
Authenticity, okay.
Yeah, we will walk the talk always. Right? Okay. So that is one of the core values.
So what you say, you will do.
Absolutely, right? So that is one of the core values. 2 is quality. When I talk of quality, I'm talking of the ease with which we do, the excellence, the continuous pursuit for excellence, those aspects.
Okay.
And the magic happens in 35 days, right? You cannot imagine a youth changing. If I tell you, it's so hard for anyone to believe that 35 days a youth will start talking in English. He will get a job in a corporate. What a college did not do in 15 years or 3 years plus the school education. We say 35 days we'll get you a permanent job, right? So that's amazing. That's quality.
So you use the word magic. I'm very fascinated by that word. What is the magic that happens in 35 days so visibly?
So I think the magic is the youth gets empowered. See, take the case. I will give you a very small example because this is what is important, You take a youth, you ask your maidservant, what is your daughter doing or your boy doing? And if suppose he is not doing anything much, okay? What is the answer? He's a useless fellow, he doesn't study, he's wasting his time. I don't know why God gave me this child, all these aspects. Okay. So there is no respect in the family. Okay. What do you do for dinner? No, I keep it there. He will come at night and whatever time he will come, he will eat the food and sleep. Okay. He will never get up early because he does not want to see his father. After he goes to the work, then only this fellow will get up. Right. Because in a situation anywhere.
Yeah.
Now what happens? Suddenly this boy joins Unnati. Okay. He starts coming because if he doesn't come at 8:30, 3 days, I say, please, sir, you can go home. You can join the next batch, but this batch you cannot continue. Because we believe in that kind of adherence to our rules and regulations.
So he comes for the first 3 days, something happens, is it?
Suppose he comes for the first 3 days. No, I'm just saying. So he joins us, and
he joins you.
he joins us and starts coming. The first 3 days he's on time. Let's say 8:30 is there, right? Now you just see one small thing what happens. Okay, he comes at 8:30. We have a value session happening in our assembly. We start talking on various aspects of punctuality, sharing, caring. We have life skills lessons. All those things are happening in those 2-3 days.
Yeah.
The boy goes back home. He has some work to be done and all. So obviously he is not in a position to spend time with his circle of friends till 8, 12 o'clock, etc.
Right.
So he goes back home at 8:30 or 9 or quarter and has dinner. Next day morning, he is off to Unnati at 8 o'clock. Mother has never given him breakfast because she has never seen him at 8 o'clock. Right?
Yeah.
2 days, 3 days later, she observes him. This fellow is coming on time home. Then the early morning he is running it. So what she will do? Come here. It's okay. Nothing will happen. Unnati is not going to kill you. Have breakfast and go. Right? Something she has never done in the past. Her mind has changed. She is saying, no, have dinner, lunch, breakfast and go. What will you have for breakfast? Lunch, what will you have? I'll give you a dabba.
Conversation changes.
What is that? There's an expression of love between both of them.
Right.
So this boy or girl suddenly feels, oh my God, I have never seen like this happening.
I'm cared for.
Yeah. Evening, the father comes and says, oh, he's there. Initially, what is he doing? Where is he going? No, he's doing well. That class he's going regularly. No, this boy suddenly says, no. And he talks in a way or talks something which he has learned during that 3 days.
Right.
Something will come of value system. Right? Suddenly, the entire image, the whole atmosphere in the house changes.
Right.
That is so powerful. That is what I meant as magic.
So that's a kind of a catalyst. You're playing a role of a catalyst, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So quality is about magic. It will happen.
Okay.
Then comes effectiveness. Basically, effectiveness is being business-like.
Right.
I cannot create, for example, in pandemic, we cannot give hospitality as a vocation. The hotels are closed. Everything is closed. So you will not create that. It has to be market relevant. We are guaranteeing the youth a job at the end of 35 days. So the entire onus to make sure that he is good, employable, is on the change maker. So this is another reason why I call them a change maker, because the teacher in a class says, it is up to you now how you learn. A change maker says, it is up to me to make you learn and become employable, right? So effectiveness is about basically being relevant to the industry, relevant to the market, that aspect.
You use the word guarantee. Sorry, not that word guarantee.
Yes.